If you have been struggling with a bad habit, you have tried to quit, but you find yourself going back to it, relapsing, this video is for you because yesterday I found myself about to relapse on a bad habit. And I figured that, okay, let me give people my system of stopping the relapse because whether I like it or not, ending bad habits is not enough. The relapse is where the real strength is tested. So why do you relapse when it comes to what? Quitting a bad habit. You may have quit, but guess what? The mind has tricks that it plays for you to relapse on all of your bad habits. So why do you relapse? Or why do you go back to your bad habits after a challenge? Because people have tried to use 30 days challenge of no fap to stop fapping. Guess what? They go back to fapping. Your first reason is because you had no strong why on why you stopped the bad habits. You had no strong why. So that means if you have no strong reason to stop a bad habit, guess what? You cannot stop bad habits. You might stop for a while, but guess what? You're going to relapse. That's why a powerful reason, a typical example of a powerful reason is this. For a while, I was addicted to what? Instant noodles. Until I realized that there's a particular chemical in that noodles, that causes infertility in men. And guess what? Causes cancer. Is a leading cause of cancer. Automatically, it became common sense for me to avoid noodles. Even if I go to events and these guys have noodles that is properly garnished, I'm like, no, I'm good. So again, that's a very strong reason. A strong reason for you could be, doctor tells you that if you keep doing these bad habits, right, you may not live long to see a certain activity. Maybe your child being born, your child graduating, or maybe you even had a near-death experience and you realize that you had to quit the habit. That is a strong reason, a strong motivation. Again, one reason you keep relapsing is you keep having the exact same temptations, same triggers around you. A typical example is your friends. If you have certain friends that will be keeping you in that cycle of being addicted, guess what? You'll be there for a very, very long time. And who would you blame? You can't blame them. So if you don't fix your temptations, fix your triggers, fix your environment, guess what? You are going back to where it started. You're going to relapse. And there's a way relapse works. Again, the mind plays tricks. So how the relapse works is you've promised yourself no fap anymore. And then all of a sudden, those triggers are still there. Maybe you still have those same social media accounts you're following that have test traps. And before you know it, bang, you're watching videos again. Another thing is again that you may not have replaced your bad habits. Because we talk a lot about ending a bad habit. But do you know that if you just end it there without a solid replacement, guess what? It's going to come back again. Because we are creatures of habits more than inaction. What that means is that we would rather do something than just avoid something. So if you just stop the bad habit without replacing it, a typical example for me, I had a donut addiction. Or I used to eat donuts a lot. I mean like a lot, a lot. So trying to overcome the donut addiction, my MMA instructor, by the way, is on my vlog. He made a statement. He spoke about the dangers of all of these snacks, right? And he showed me fruit combination. Because he told me that if you're trying to replace something in your diet and you don't have a better version, a better slash healthier version, you're going to have a problem. So he showed me how I can play around fruits. And trust me, it's been much more fulfilling than donuts. That means is when I'm eating snacks, when I want to snack, I have certain snack combinations that are hitting me differently every time. So I would say, to me, I like that. Sometimes I eat fruits in the mornings and I don't eat later in the evenings and I feel good. Right? So it's not really about I'm just eating fruit. It is the art to it. I eat pancakes made of wheat, my syrup, honey. So what that means is if you're not replacing your bad habits properly, guess what? You're fucked. And that reason you are still relapsing is mental health issues. Now, I don't want to go deep into that because a lot of people are very, very frightened by mental health issues. But what do we really, really mean? Right? Sometimes stress. If your stress levels are through the roof, you have a problem. If you are very, very bored, you have a problem. So I've kind of realized that stress and boredom are my two major problems when it comes to addiction, when it comes to breaking a bad habit, when it comes to relapsing. And it's the same thing for you, same thing for everybody. Boredom and stress. Now, on the boredom aspect, I've been able to conquer that using things like meditation, where I enjoy boredom. And sometimes I can literally put my phone in my office, in my room, and go for a walk. Like I don't really see a need to be stimulated, and I kind of enjoy that. Even at the gym, I wear noise cancellation earphones to block out the noise, the trashy sounds coming from the speakers, and just have that muscle mind connection. But stress, I'm gonna lie, I work every day, but I've kind of realized that when I check my stress, my binge eating sort of reduces. Again, with my binge eating, I focus more on protein and I barely have junk lying around. So, by the way, I'm not going to lie. I binge eat fruits. I'm not going to lie. I buy like a full bowl of fruits, and I probably eat that shit morning, evening, night. But guess what? I think I enjoy it that way, right? Again, mental health issues, stress, boredom are the reason you're still relapsing. But what should you do when you relapse? I'll tell you, don't beat yourself up because there's a trick to relapsing, right? This is how the mind works. You've only watched one video, right, in the morning, right? And you told yourself you're going to, you've quit porn, you've quit fapping. You watch a video in the morning, your mind tells you in the evening, I mean, it's not that bad, right? I mean, you have done 30 days without it. So let's do it again. That's where the trick comes in. Let's do it again. Or you go to a bar with your friends. They are drinking and you choose not to drink because you quote unquote you don't want to let them go. It tells you you've already had a bottle, right? Just have one more. Have one more, and before you know it, it hits you again. It hits you, it hits you harder at that point because you have succumbed to it. So what should we really do? First, acknowledge that you have done it. What that means is catch it early on. Catch it early on, because if you don't catch that idea early on, guess what? You're fucked. So acknowledge that you have done that shit, you have gone back to it, right? Acknowledge you have gone back to it. Step two, remember why you stopped. Again, you could have done this before you did this, but again, this video is about relapsing back to your bad habits. Remember why you actually did that bad habit, or why you stopped the bad habit in the first place. Because if you remember it, it becomes actually easier to actually not to stop the urge. To stop the urge. Right. Again, I remember when I had the instant noodles addiction. Again, I've been having different addictions though. Let me see. Yeah, well, for the instant noodles, when I kind of realized the chemicals in it and the crazy effect, right? When it came to, I had a strong conviction about it, a strong why. Anytime the urge came around at that moment, guess what? It sort of just died down. One thing that helped me there is meditation. Because again, when these thoughts come up in our head, we need to take them out as quick as possible. So meditation helped me to observe that thought. Okay, noodles. Okay, noodles. Okay. I guess I'll have something tastier instead. I guess I'll have something much more filling instead. Even that was even the first time I actually like ate eggs alone, and actually felt like eggs alone is a very good meal. Because right here in Africa and Nigeria, we prefer to eat, we like to eat as much as possible, but eating eggs alone actually tastes good, is healthy and safe. So what else can you do? You have relapsed, you have acknowledged that you relapsed. You don't beat yourself about it. You remember why you stopped. You catch it, you detect the urge, although again, you've already relapsed. Then you don't beat yourself about it, right? Your third step is to make it difficult for it to happen again. That means is if you see yourself at the bar, right, you have already had one bottle. Guess what? Leave that bar. If you're there with your friends, tell them what just happened. And if they are truly your friends, they would walk away with you. They would walk away with you. So make it difficult for it to happen again. Another example is, I don't know if I mentioned my donut story, but I was at some point heavily addicted to donuts where I would eat it almost every single day. I would even buy it on Saturday against Sunday, right? Something happened that I kind of realized that there's a problem somewhere. So normally my route to the gym passes the donut store, right? I walk to the gym. And then one day I looked at this show glass, there was donuts. So I was like, okay, on my way back, I'll get donuts. Coming back, I did not see donuts there. But because it's the glass store, the sales girl waved at me and said she kept donuts for me. And I kind of realized that that route was increasing my temptation and the cravings for donuts. And guess what? I'm a customer to them, so they want me to be pleased. But I kind of realized that if I don't handle my temptations, the urges will become stronger. What that means is make it difficult for you to just do the bad habits. What that means is if you feel like you're indulging a particular bad habit because you have certain friends, cut them off. If you feel like you're buying certain junk foods because you have a particular store on your way, maybe you probably like the girl that is there, and you probably like trying to like get with her, then pass a different route. The point is, fix that temptations, reduce the chance of you doing it again. Then I'll say another tip is embrace boredom. The embracing boredom through meditation has been a complete game changer for me. I'll say it will completely be a game changer for you also if you actually try to embrace boredom. So once in a while, go on walks without earphones. Once in a while, avoid stimulation. This has been one of like this is really about the best self-improvement advice I've ever done in my entire life. Embracing boredom. Just sitting down on my chair and just doing nothing. Going for a walk and doing nothing. But sitting down on a chair and doing nothing has kind of been a game changer. That's what you do when you meditate. And the real last step is get back on track. The moment you see that you have relapsed, right? You've acknowledged you relapsed. You know why you stopped. You're kind of like okay with the urges, right? And you have made it difficult for you to stop. Then guess what? Get back on track. And one interesting tip you can have is have friends that hold you accountable to your bullshit. Have friends that hold you accountable to your bullshit. But recently, there was this particular thing I did not want to do. Don't say it here because, I mean, some things you should keep private. So I was telling my friend about it. Mind you, I didn't have a strong conviction about it though. And then again, this is why you should have smart friends around you. He made it clear that you do realize that if you keep up these habits that you're talking about, the amount of disrespect you will get to be crazy. And mind you, I take respect to be priority. Then the moment he said that, okay, conviction one. Then he said, let the last time be the last time. That statement has rung in my head where for almost any bad habit I'm about to relapse on, right? That statement, his voice rings in my head. Let the last time be the last time. And almost everything, even though it's what as small as simple as having having maybe donuts, every single thing, every single temptation that comes to my head, his voice says, Stone, let the last time be the last time. And this is why my brothers have a brotherhood of guys who will hold you accountable to your bullshit. Right? Community of friends are super important. So my name is Tonoreye. I'll tell you for a fact that please, if you like this video and you feel like these systems will definitely help you. If you like this video, please share it to somebody who you know needs it, who has been relapsing, and let's get this video out there. Let's get this video moving because that's the best. That's the way of making me realize that I'm helping more men out there. The algorithms push the video, and we're helping more men to stop relapsing and break bad habits for good. So please, thank you very much. Talk to you soon, and please share this video with a fellow brother.